day. Welcome back to Homefront Academy Military Mondays with your Camp Lejeune-New River School liaisons. Shannon Washburn here again. And for this episode, I am hanging out with Sean from the New River Library, and he is going to share with us all of the really awesome things that the libraries have to offer for our families, especially when we don't have any school. So good morning, Sean. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I am doing well. Thanks for coming on the show. I'm excited to share all the things.
No problem. It's good to get out there and talk about what the library has and all the fun things that we do in the libraries itself.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's get started. So, Sean, what is your role at the library? What do you do?
If you ask my boss, I do everything. But my actual position is I am the branch manager of the New River Library. So I am in charge of making sure the library is operatable, is running on time. Everything that we have is available for our patrons, and making sure that if any problems come up, I'm the one who deals with them.
Love it. Love it. Okay. So how many libraries and where are they located do we actually have?
Aboard Camp Lejeune-New River, we have 4 total, including my library, the New River Library. We have the Harriet B. Smith Library aboard Camp Lejeune, which is across from the Exchange. We have the Research Library, which is available on Stone Street, but it's only for those ages 13 and above because it is an education. It's located in the Education Center itself.
Good to know. And
then we also have the Camp Johnson Library, which is aboard Camp Johnson, which is in between New River and Lejeune. And the Harriet B. Smith Library, the Camp Johnson Library, and the New River Library all have their own dedicated kids areas and the ability for kids' books to be checked out.
Okay. So the library is just for books and studying, right?
No. I mean, it is. It's always the misconception that libraries are just for these things, but we offer so many more things, including just in our library alone. The New River Library, we have STEAM kits with robotics and engineering little things inside of them. We have a gardening checkout kit that we have. We have baking pans. We have telescopes. We have GoPro cameras, which have become very popular from our Marines, our service members.
Can they take those in the water?
We don't have that accessory.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's possible. We do have Marines who want to use it for skydiving and things like that. We have those kinds of accessories. Okay. But we also have computers, we have video games, we have movies, we have magazines in-house, and that's not even including the stuff that we have digitally. So, I mean, it just comes down to whatever you're looking to do. As I told a group of Marines the other day, we have everything except for money.
I like that. Okay, so speaking of digital resources, I know I was kind of looking with you earlier about some of the stuff that you guys have online, and I had no idea all of the things that families can look at just online. So they don't have to bring something home with them. They could just come hang out in the library, use your computers, and look up all kinds of things. Can you talk a little bit about some of those?
So through the DoD MWR digital library, we have access to hundreds of different resources and things online. One of the most popular ones that I always talk about is called the Auto Repair Source, which if you're working on a car, you can go type in the year, the make, the model, and it will tell you all of the things that require service.
What?
It can even help you figure out how to fix those things.
Oh, that's cool.
I just bought a new car, so I was immediately looking at what things might require service at some point, and it told me pretty much everything I needed to know about that. We also offer Chilton Library going along with the auto repair. It's completely free. Chilton books cost a lot of money, depending on what you're trying to find, and we have the books completely free through our databases. Everything from the Gale one file system, which includes gardening, culinary, planning businesses, entrepreneurships, to magazines, completely free. I think we were looking at different ones for kids, like Highlights and National Geographic for Kids. We also have streaming music and video databases, everything from Freegal, which has music videos and songs on it, to Canopy, which has award-winning films.
Oh, wow.
To Science Flicks, which is good for kids, grades 4 to 10, with a STEM focus.
Love STEM.
Everything. One of the bigger ones that nobody really knows about is we have access to Ancestry.com free. It's a smaller version of it, but it is completely free, and allows you the ability to look up family trees that have been created already, and you can go based off of that. And then Fold 3, which is part of that, has access to the military records and everything from muster rosters and things like that, to even when they checked into boot camp.
Wow. I'm just in awe over here. This is amazing. And just to piggyback a little bit on that, parents, when I was in the classroom, I used Time for Kids and National Geographic as teaching tools. So those are very educational, and they're really awesome to take a look at.
And what people don't know is that everything we do offer in the libraries is free, and which this includes foreign language. If you're trying to learn languages, we have Mango Languages. If you're trying to go back for yourself and learn how to do certain things, we have a thing called Universal Class, which is online courses that you can go back and re-up yourself on some knowledge, algebra, math, English, whatever you're looking for. There's even astronomy and meteorology on there, I believe.
So you don't have to pay, our families don't have to pay to either have somebody tutor them in this kind of stuff or take a college course or an extra course over the summer. They can literally do this at the library.
Yes, not even at the library itself. We do ask that you come in and talk to us about it, but you can do all this from the comfort of your own home.
And they can learn a full-blown language.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mango has really good, a lot of people go for those other online app places. Those are cool, but Mango Languages has just as much as they do. Over 70 languages, and will help you with the vocabulary, the grammar, the pronunciation, all of that fun stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool, Sean. I might have to check that one out. All right, so
there's something you did say, and I'm going to jump into that.
No, please do.
You mentioned Tutor. We also offer Tutor.com through our through the library also, which is available for active duty retired.
No, not veterans, not yet. But it is also available for DoD employees. So like me and Sean, we can use it too for free. I'm glad you said that, Sean, because we share that a lot through our school liaison program, tutor.com, and it is wonderful. It's all subject areas, all grade levels, 24/7. It can be a face-to-face tutor, or it could be just like a dark screen, especially with a little one if you don't want somebody to see them. But lots of different things. And if you don't know anything about tutor.com, please come check out the library, or obviously you can give school liaisons a call and we can tell you a little bit more about it. But yes, thanks, Sean, for bringing that up, because that's a great resource too. Any other resources online that you can think of before we jump into some other stuff?
I mean, they just got to come see us and get the information to log in. We have access to Libby, which includes a bunch of books, always books. Just come by, ask us. We have lots of ability to give you information about everything that we have, everything to help you with resource papers, or if you're just looking for something fun to look at. There's even one of our databases is the ability to learn to code software.
That's becoming a really big thing too. I know a lot of kids that are into that. All right, so I know the library does tons and tons and tons of amazing things for kids, whether it's at the library or it's an event that's not at the library. You guys do so much for our military children. And we dive in a little bit into some of this stuff, maybe some of the big things that you guys do.
Well, I mean, So we don't have just like programming. We do a lot of different things. Like every week we have story time.
Yeah.
Once a month on different Mondays we have a craft morning that we have going on. It just depends on the location. Every Wednesday and Thursday we have a story time every Wednesday we have one at Tarawa Terrace Community Center, the MCCS Community Center aboard TT, and then we have story time at the main library every Thursday. And then rotating Tuesdays, we have it at the New River Library and then the Camp Johnson Library. Rotating between the libraries and community center is also craft mornings on the Mondays. Right now, our biggest thing is summer reading program.
Yes, let's dive in.
That's going on. All people have to do is register online, read, and you get prizes. That's the really cool thing. It counts for the kids, the parents, parents reading to the kids reading to the parents. That counts. You read, my favorite part is always telling people, hey, you can read the cereal box and it counts. You read your emails and it counts. So if you're reading your emails for work, hey, count those hours, count those minutes actually, and put that time in. My one goal has always been to beat Camp Pendleton in the minutes, and we've come close every year, but we've never actually beaten them. So that's always my one goal. But we do programming throughout the libraries. Every library has a program of its own, from the research library having their adult book club to the main library having their teen book club and their bookworms, which is for ages 6 to 11. We have a teen group that meets once a month for figuring out their own events for the teen advisory group, and then they also do programming themselves. They have their own programming.
That's awesome. I'm glad you mentioned teens, because I know that's one question that we get a lot is like, what is available for our teens on our installations? And I know that the libraries, you guys do quite a few things for teens, and so we tend to push families your way. Are there any other teen things that you guys do? Oh, I can't think of any more.
We do offer them the opportunity to volunteer in the library.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Because we don't accept adult volunteers. We only accept teen volunteers, and it gives them the opportunity to get some time in. For a fact, they get an hour of volunteer time just for coming to the teen advisory group.
Oh, very cool. And they get to plan their own events?
They do.
That's awesome.
In fact, I know one of these summer reading program events they have planned is a blackout poetry night. So they'll get to create blackout poetry. We're always looking for teens to come in with ideas. We're always trying to figure new things out with them. They've always come up with some very interesting things, but sometimes we have to say no to them, like a hot tub in the library. That's never allowed. Wouldn't work well with the books. But yeah, teens get the opportunity to get an hour of volunteer time, and we'll also give them volunteer time if they come help us with other events. But that has to be done through the teen advisory group, which is the first Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m.
Thank you. I was just going to ask that. Okay, but for some of the other stuff, where can they look up when you guys are doing this? Because I'm sure they're not going to remember. I don't even remember everything that you just said. So where could they find that information as to like times and where things are happening?
So everything they can find, they can either come to us at any of the libraries and get one of our calendars, or they can go onto the MCCS Lejeune-New River webpage, and you can click through and find it on the library page on there. It's a little hard to find, but if you click libraries up in the little search box, we'll get it figured out. But do come see us, give us a call. Any of the libraries can give you this information, and we'll make sure that you get the correct information for whatever you're looking for.
Love it. Thank you so much, Sean, for coming on the show with me today. I am definitely looking forward to taking out some more books and learning some more things about the library. But yeah, families, check it out. Give us a call. Come visit Sean, and we will see you next time.